quick warm up today. We're going to try and cover all bases. We're going to try and combine chords and scales. So today we're going to do our triads. We're going to arpeggiate our triads. We're going to also, we can invert them if you want, but we can actually start in thirds or tenths. And then you've got this beautiful Latin kind of thing. So, and then you do sevenths. And that's really fun. Then you'll be playing a sort of chord and then scale. A little bit like Hanon. Come back. And maybe accents every four. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gets my chord and scale relationship down pat, so I can do some exercises. Now we move on to the pentatonics. If we're going to be playing 1, 4, 5 chord progression, with the sevenths, I might go 2, 3, and I might do something like this. Or 4, 3. 4, 3, 2, 3. And then sometimes I like doing all of those over just the bottom note. That's nice. And that covers my pentatonic scale. Every chord that I play, I want to get the pentatonic scale down. So if I'm going to play over a tune like Imagine, for instance, John Lennon. There's no country. You know, I can do that, embellish it. Invert it. And I get my inversions down of those chords. 1 and 4. What else did we cover?
The Hawkins stuff.
Hawkins. Okay, yeah, some gospel. Okay, Walter B. Hawkins comes up with this tune called Marvelous. It was played at Aretha Franklin's funeral. Has amazing, amazing chord progression. It sort of starts with. So I thought about a way to be able to practice gospel, if you want to call it that. I mean, it comes under a lot of multitude of genres, this kind of piano playing, but I guess gospel really works. It's one chord in A flat, 4 chord, 5 chord, while the 1's being held. And just even with that information, we can go through the major scale of A flat and play each inversion of 1, 4, and 5. How cool's that? I should explain. So root position, 1 chord, 5 chord, second inversion. First inversion, first chord, root chord. I shouldn't say root chord, I should say 1 chord, first inversion. Root 4, root 5, first inversion 4, first inversion 5. And I can play around with that. With even different pedal points, 5 pedal point. Just 1, 4, 5 and played in different versions. And that's just 1, 4, 5. Another thing you can think about with 1, 4, 5 is 1, 4, 5ing the 1, 4, 5. You might be asking, what are you talking about? you go 1, 4, 5, and then the 4th chord has its own 4 and 5, and then the 5 chord has its own 4 and 5. So suddenly you've got this. You've got that sort of flat 7 chord, and then you can play all the inversions of that too. So, you know, that's 1, 4, 5 in every inversion. It's almost a chromatic scale. So there's a lot going on there. One final thing that we did today is ratios. We've talked about this before, is we go 1, 4, 1, 4, 5, but we're thinking about the ratio of our right hand and left hand. 1, 2 notes in the left hand for 1 note right hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We can actually do, that's every note together, and changing that to right hand 1, 2. So thanks very much for all that information. You've taught me.